I hear the grapevine, let's say, with rumors that you are going to play Surya's heroine in Selvaraghavan film.
Yes, we're in talks, but let's wait for the official confirmation. But like I
Unofficially,
said,
you would like to work with that movie.
I would love to work in that movie. I would love to work with Surya, so why not?
Are you also in talks to play heroine opposite Vijay?
Karthi is an amazingly sweet person. Like, he's so down to earth. My only action in the film is hitting Karthi. I'm hitting him that why can't you just take lunch at iskone, like why do you have to get transferred over and over again? So it's a very like Tom and Jerry relationship. I think there's all kinds of cinema because there's all kinds of audiences. To be very honest, it's the media that projects it. If you're doing a song by the beach and you're wearing a short dress, then oh, this heroine is glamorous.
Okay,
but they'll suddenly forget that you've also done a village character.
So what you're saying is it's a media projection which is going a little bit
Yes,
ahead,
I
right?
feel it's because I myself don't believe I'm an actor, like it's not sunk in. But yes, for me, I feel that do not get into the rat race of competition and negativity, which kills you. So I don't believe in competition. I feel why it's great to have competition because, maybe someone's done something that I couldn't have thought of and I will learn from it. Let's look at life as a learning, because what's the point of winning in a solo race?
Hello, welcome to another edition of the Red Carpet. And look who I have here with me. None other than the hot and happening Rakul Preet Singh. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Unique name, Rakul. Tell us how you.
Well, Rakul is initials of my parents' names. RA is from my mom and KUL is from my dad. And I'm a combination of my parents in every which way, a symbol of love, and that's what the name means.
Tell me now, you're doing this big film, Theeran Adhigaram Ondru with Karthi. He's a big star. So how has your experience been?
Great, because the first time when I heard the script, I really liked it, and I've always been following Tamil cinema. I watch a lot of Tamil films, so I was very excited that one, I'm doing a film with Karthi, and second, I'm playing something which is something that I haven't done before. So I was very excited on the whole, and not only my character, but the way the entire love story has been weaved into the film. It's beautiful. Like when I was shooting for it, I was like, I'm going to fall in love with these two people, So I was very excited, and Karthi is an amazingly sweet person. Like, he's so down to earth and very, very passionate about cinema, because it takes a lot to experiment the way he does. Every time he's out there trying to do new things, so a lot of respect for him as an actor, and he helped me a lot with Tamil as well.
And now coming to your forthcoming ventures, I hear the grapevine, let's say, is buzz with rumors that you are going to play Surya's heroine in Selvaraghavan film, produced by
the same producers.
Production house.
I think I should call the producer to make the official announcement, because I'm being asked this question over and over again. Yes, we're in talks, but when it's starting and all those things are,
you had a narration of the story.
No, so that's what's not happened, because the film's being locked, the script's being locked. But let's wait for the official confirmation. But like I said,
you would like to work with that movie.
I would love to work in that movie. Who wouldn't love to work in that movie? Selva sir is known for extracting best performances, and I would love to work with Surya, so why not? But there are the things are still being set together. I don't know when it starts, but yeah, we're in talks.
Are you also in talks to play heroine opposite Vijay in?
Well, that I don't know, because it's not reached me, and there's a lot of rumor around that, which I also read from the papers. I don't know if they've reached out to my manager, but it's not come to me. I am doing Karthi's next film also, which is with the newcomer director Rajat, and that's a new age love story. Which will start next year, immediately Jan, Feb types.
ஒன்றாக வாழும் நேரம் எதிர்பார்த்தே இருந்தேன் பல காலம்.
And what do you feel, South Indian films, you know, there's been a lot of criticism against South Indian films, the way they portray their heroines. Like, there's too much glam factor is there. What's your comments on this?
I don't agree. I really don't agree. I think we've been making some great films. The biggest example being a Bahubali, which had Anushka as such an amazing Devasena character, and then she's still balancing them with some commercial cinema. So I think there's all kinds of cinema because there's all kinds of audiences. But to be very honest, it's the media that projects it in a certain way. That's what I feel. If you're doing a song and you're by the beach and you're wearing a short dress, then this heroine is glamorous.
Okay,
But they'll suddenly forget that you've also done a village character. You know, so I think more attention anyways goes towards glamour.
So what you're saying is it's a media projection which is going a little bit ahead.
Yes, I feel it's because when I go back to Bombay and so many people talk, I think we are very solid with content. We have very strong content. We have great technical knowledge, and we shouldn't look at South Indian cinema like that, you know. And now it's evolving, and with films like Vikram Vedha doing so well. Now, where is the glam factor in these films? So I feel that, but just that you don't have something that's spicy to talk about, so people don't talk about it.
Okay.
You know, that's what I feel. I think we're great as far as the versatility of films is concerned.
Now you're virtually rocking the South Indian cinema. You're doing very well, touch wood. And you're doing extremely well in Telugu as well as in Tamil, and some of your biggest hits are in Telugu. Would you?
Yes. Like, I mean, obviously because I haven't worked much in Tamil, and Telugu was your Tani Oruvan remake, which was Dhruva, and Sarai Nodu, which was with Allu Arjun, and then Nanaku Premto with Tarak.
Spider with the biggest star of them all.
Spider was with Mahesh Babu. So yeah, it's been great. I feel very blessed that I got such an amazing response from Telugu, and I'm hoping that continues in Tamil.
Now, did the director Vinod narrate the script to you?
Of course he did. I came for the narration to Chennai, and he narrated the script to me, and then later once the final version was ready, he came to Hyderabad, and he was, in fact, I remember he was a little nervous before I started shooting, trying to, you know, not sure if I understand completely what he's trying to say, because he was worried I should not look glamorous, and it's not that character because I'm a city girl, and you know, this is a very, very low middle class normal girl.
Okay.
But
you play a police officer's wife.
Yeah, through the film. I mean, like, we get married in the film.
Okay, there's a bit of romance.
Yes.
In the film, it's supposed to be an action-packed movie.
Right.
Do you do any action scenes in the movie?
My only action in the film is hitting Karthi. Like, whenever he doesn't listen to me, I'm like you see in the trailer, I'm hitting him that why can't you just take lanja teeskone, you know, like, why do you have to get transferred over and over again, just take some bribe. So I keep hitting him. So it's a very like Tom and Jerry relationship.
எத்தனை ட்ரான்ஸ்ஃபர்? ஒழுங்கா லஞ்சம் வாங்கிட்டு ஒரு இடத்துல வேலை பார்க்க மாட்டியா?
Rakul, in Hindi cinema, in Bollywood, now a lot of women-oriented movies are coming.
Right.
You see, last year there were about more than a dozen films, and which has established the heroine there as major factor. And now, say Vidya Balan or somebody who makes, their movies run on their own in northern India. But that factor hasn't really come down to south. Are you looking for heroine-dominated roles?
See, firstly, that has come because I think Nayanthara is somebody,
Yeah,
like
but
I
one
said,
or two
that
films have come.
Yeah, but because she's opted for it, you know, and it's only Vidya Balan also there who's opted for solo films. Nobody else. See, I don't like the word woman oriented. I feel that why do you let's treat a film like a film, and let's treat a script like a script, and you could have a solid character, you could have a love story like the kind of films that Alia is doing. Now, Highway is not a woman-oriented film.
Yeah, absolutely not.
But it's a great story and a great scope for an actor to perform. Rather than saying, okay, all out, I want to run the film on my shoulders, which is fine. If it comes my way and it's a great script, I would love to do it. But I feel we should not slot films as this is woman-oriented, because then what happens is then people, like with Vidya Balan, that's all you get. and you need to, at least for me, I feel you need to have a balance, because you run out of those kind of films. How many women oriented will you have? You know, once you have that experience, you can't be young and ride a film on your shoulders, because see, Kangana's been there for many years.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what's happening with Nayanthara, Trisha, Anushka. So I think it's time, and you know, once you evolve and mature.
It's early days for you in the.
Exactly. I mean, this is my what do you call, third film in Tamil, and 2 were before I started working in Telugu. So I'm not really. I don't know whether I'm looking at it or not, but I'll take it as it comes.
So the idea is now clearly establish yourself as a saleable heroine right at the top, because that works.
Because I don't know, when do you get saleable? Like, what is saleable?
The box office numbers.
I don't care about those.
Why?
Like, because that's not in our hands. When I'm listening to a script, I don't know whether I don't okay a script because I see that, oh, this is going to be a blockbuster. This is definitely a 100 crore film. I want to rather look at my character and see if I have enough scope to perform. For me, maximum choice would want to be trying to do something that I haven't done.
Okay.
So that's like a personal satisfaction. And then whenever you follow your heart, I think success follows.
Yeah, but also you are being paired with the biggest heroes in South Indian cinema at the moment, and that means you will have an all new reach. You will reach somewhere with the where.
Correct.
So you are also looking at that kind of movies.
I'm looking at whatever's coming to me. You know, to be very honest, we might say a lot of things that I'm looking at this and that, but you choose from what you get. And I'm going to try and make sure that at least I choose the best from what I get. At least that hunch I should have correctly.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then rest, of course, there's a reach, but in that reach, if I have something great to do, I would prefer that. But then, like I said, you always have to have a balance.
Matak matak mallana, satak satak samana.
And what's the character name and other things?
Character is called Priya, and she is she's failed 10 times in 10th class.
Okay.
So that's the character. She's a brat. Then she's just very kiddish in her head. But even when she gets married to a police officer, for her the thing is, he says, you know, I have work. You know, the people's responsibility is on me. So I'm like, and mine? Who's going to take care of me? She's like very sweet, lovable character.
So you have basically some romance in the beginning of the movie.
Yes.
And do you then have later emotional scenes and other things?
So yes, there's emotional scenes, and not only my scenes, but like I said, the way it's been weaved in, the audiences will really connect to their story. And it's a story, and it's not about my character or his character, it's about the couple together.
Okay, this Theeran Adhigaram Ondru has got a Telugu version called Karthi.
Right.
So is it going to work there in a big way? Because Karthi is also...
I hope so. I hope it's going to work there in a big way. The buzz is quite good. And this is one of those films that I have a positive hunch. You know whether your film's going to work or not work at some level.
Karthi has a market in there.
Yes, he does. And this is also a film which everyone's feeling very positive about. At least I feel so. I wouldn't very confidently go ahead and say that my film is going to work. But there is some niceness about this film. There is some genuinity about the story. It's also based on true events.
No. It's based on a true...
Yes, this entire story is based on the life of this police officer, this cop who was investigating a case which was from 1995 to 2005. 10 years to catch a group of people, and it's based on true events. And I can assure you that after people watch this film, they will sit back, like, after the film ends, they just get up. It will take a minute to get up, because it is going to get you thinking of, oh my god, a cop has to really try and balance between his personal and professional life, which is something that we never pay attention to. We think the cops are there for our protection, but they also have a family, So you're going to feel for the couple as well. I hope it works in Telugu, I hope it works in Tamil as well, and I hope people like it.
Any word to aspiring actors out there who are, looking at you as a role model, something like that?
Wow. I myself don't believe I'm an actor, like it's not sunk in. But yes, for me, I feel that if anybody, I came from a non-filmy background, and you know that was my background. So even when people talk about films now, I haven't seen all the films of 80s or 90s or grown up on a dose of cinema, but then I wanted to do it. So the only message for everybody would be that if you really want to do it with all your heart. Do not get into the rat race of competition and negativity, which kills you. There are so many people around who I see are so talented, but the only thing they're thinking is, I have to do better than her. But you never have to do better than anybody else.
That. It doesn't catch you because competition is so high in South.
That's what golf taught me. And your game is yours. Even if you're leading, you're on the leaderboard, the last ball loss, you can have a penalty, you could be out. So you never get overconfident of yourself. And even if you're in the end, you can just have a hole in one, which is a fluke.
Absolutely.
So I don't believe in competition. I feel why it's great to have competition, because you know maybe someone's done something that I couldn't have thought of, and I will learn from it. Let's look at life as a learning, because what's the point of winning in a solo race?
So but what you're saying, this it's a rat race at the end of the day.
Let rats do it. I'm a human being. I don't want to do it. The moment you start concentrating on the other person, your concentration goes away.
So the negative elements will come through.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm a spiritual person. I do not believe in negativity at all. I feel it just takes you off your route.
Rakul, tell us about the songs in TAO by Gibran. They have become hits.
Yes, they've become hits, and I think this is one of those films where I like all the songs. I love all the songs.
What's your favorite?
My favorite is Oru Veetal.
Okay.
You know, I feel that's a very haunting number. You can listen to it on loop, and if someone believes in the idea of romance, which I totally do, it's beautiful. And I think it's got a song for every mood. There is Sevattapulla, which is a fun love song, and then there is Satya, and then Lali Lali, which is like a romantic
So
slow.
you are part of all the songs?
Yeah, except for the hero introduction song.
Okay. And now tell us about your diet regime. It's been very impressive. People have been talking about your diet regime. And
So the biggest thing is that I don't diet. I eat healthy.
you eat healthy.
I eat healthy, and I don't like the word diet because I think it just depresses you, and you believe that you can't, eat things. So I just believe in clean eating and clean living. Because what you'll give is what you'll get again. And I eat everything. I love dosa, I love idlis, all of that, as long as it's made in the right way. Not fried with oil, or the curry should not be floating in oil, and no sweets. So very little sweets. So only try and control sweet and fried food, and rest I eat.
So what you're saying is you're basically trying to have a controlled.
No, I'm on a healthy eating. Controlled nahi. If I want to have 4 rotis, I will have. If I've worked out enough to burn 4 rotis, I'll have. I will have white rice also because it's healthy. There are a lot of. See, I have 3 gyms, and I read a lot about fitness, and I read a lot about nutrition because I like to. And I started my entrepreneur side about last year.
Okay.
Last year.
They are named after you.
No, it's called F45. It's called Functional 45. It's an Australian franchise, and I took the franchisee of it. So I started my first one in Hyderabad last year. Then this February I added the second branch in Vizag, and just on 1st November I launched the third branch again in Hyderabad. So this is something I enjoy, and it really hurts when people say, we had white rice and now I will become fat. I'm like, no, you'll become fat because you're going to have that brownie after your white rice, or you're going to have ice cream at an odd hour. So it's really sad that nutrition is, you're not understood. So that's what I do. I eat healthy.
You eat healthy, and you also gym.
I work out because that's like feeling good, or my brain only works if I sweat it out. So every day I have to do something. Like the moment I sweat, it's fine. So I work out an hour, 45 minutes.
And I believe there's a celebrity gym, like you are having a lot of members from the film industry also part of your...
No, see, it's not a celebrity gym. It's for everybody. It's not an expensive gym. It's a functional training gym, which and functional training is the fastest way to burn fat. But yeah, a lot of my friends do come, like when they want to work out.
Rana had come there for a workout, or?
He he launched my gym. Rana and Akhil launched the Vizag studio for me together, and whoever wants to come can always come. I mean, it's open for them.
So great idea. I haven't seen a heroine going and investing in the gym and all.
See, for me, people invest in a lot of things, but I feel I can only do things that I like. For me, here also, it's not about making money from my business, but I can put in that extra 1 hour after shoot only if I enjoy talking about it.
So you should have that passion.
I should have the passion, and I can only do things when it comes to films, fitness or food.
Okay.
The 3 F's of my life.
Okay. And will you start a restaurant?
I might. I've always, since my childhood, I've always been very, like inclined towards having a restaurant, because like I said, healthy eating really inspires me. Food is really tasty and people really don't know the taste of food. Like when I travel, I like to try different cuisines. And cuisines doesn't mean that you go have chole bhature in Amritsar. There could be healthier things and versions or so. In fact, my goal is whenever I decide to take retirement from films, whenever that is like later when I get married, I'd like to go for a world tour to eat.